with Al Pacino, and he said that he went to Al Pacino's house, and in the backyard of Al's house, he calls it Al's bunker. I forget what he calls it, but basically has this room, and inside, he said he went on the table, and the table was just full of like craft acting books and plays and all these things, and he's still, these guys are still excited, and they're still yearning and trying to do a performance that they haven't gotten to do. Because I feel like we have all these things we want to do, but you just got to do. It's like, okay, you can do one in the summer, and then you can do one here. But I think that it's an insatiable appetite. I really do think that you're always wanting to, and I think we all learn something more about ourselves when we go through a rewarding process. So hopefully, just still doing it, man. You look, it's just keeping the passion for that long. I think would be such a gift.
And I have a sort of follow-up question there. I mean, Kate, we know from your career on House of Cards that sometimes hard to plan for where a character's going to go. Things can end suddenly. No spoilers, but things can end suddenly. And I'm wondering, along those lines, do you prefer movies to TV now, or which do you prefer? Where do you see yourself doing more of in the future?
Yeah, I mean, one of the great things about being on House of Cards was that I actually knew exactly how many episodes I would be in before we ever started shooting, and that to me is much more appealing because I do get a little bit antsy. I like, one of my favorite things about acting is you get to really focus on one character for a certain amount of time, and then you let it go, and then you try something else on. So television scares me in that way, unless it's a contained amount of time. I'm not. Yeah, I think I'm too nervous to do that kind of thing.
To commit to like 10 seasons or something.
Yeah, no, I can't do it.
I don't know if you guys know this. You sign on for a TV show. Once you test for the pilot, you sign on for 7 years. And most shows don't get picked up. Most shows that get picked up only go one season. But as an actor, you commit to 7 years. This is what they're going to pay you, and that's it.
All right, right there.
Miles, very quickly, my friend Dana told me to tell you she loves you. My own questions actually for Michael.
You followed through on that for Dana.
I had to. For Michael, I'm actually Philadelphia native.
Woo!
How was it working on like such an iconic film with such an iconic actor such as Sylvester Stallone?
It was incredible, man. I think as a younger actor, when you
No idea.
No idea. Give us something, man.
Question. Honestly, I couldn't tell you. I know that with movies this size, if a studio is going to invest the kind of money into it, the movie's got to return something. So I think after the movie comes out, if it does well, and if the powers that be, by that I mean Fox, feels like, yeah, people are supporting this franchise and want to see it more, then we'll move on. I know there's been talk about possibly, an X-Men kind of mixing, and I think that would be great because I just love all those actors. I would love to have a scene with Jen or Fassbender or McAvoy or, any of those guys. So,
You think the Fantastic Four could take the X-Men?
I mean, guys. Look at this group. Yeah, we're pretty awesome. Yeah, I can stretch. So.
Now, I'm working in a policy for a second to take some questions.
whenever you're dealing with green screen, you can't really see what you're interacting with. You can't see the world right there on the spot. You have to trust the director and the writing, the story that you're in, the direction that you're getting, that you're not going to look stupid. I think that's the hardest thing, is just fully committing to a world that you can't see and you don't really know exists until they put the visual effects in.
It's not theater. It's not like everything we're doing is being expressed to the audience, right? There's a lot of hands on any particular performance.
But Miles, you were in a great film, Oscar-winning film, Whiplash. Let's hear it for Whiplash. That's a smaller film, really emotional, really very intense film. This is a big blockbuster. Do you approach the craft the same way, no matter what the scale of the film?
Yeah, the exact same way. I think preparation is your greatest tool, because once you're on set, hopefully, you're doing learning some things about your character, but all the homework should be done beforehand. And for this one with Reed Richards, I knew this was a character with a great history. I kind of knew that I would be adding to the canon of not only Reed Richards but the Fantastic Four legacy, and And yeah, I didn't know anything about it, but absolutely I tried to uncover as much as I could and figure out who, Reed was before he becomes the silver streaked Mr. Fantastic that everybody knows.
Now, here's a question for you, Jamie.